from Comiskey Park in Chicago, Illinois. Today, the New York Yankees take on the Chicago White Sox. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Bill White along with Phil Rosito, and down on the field, our buddy Spencer Ross has Phil Niekro.
And welcome to Chicago. Spencer Ross, the sun is shining brightly. Hasn't been shining that brightly on the Yankees thus far here in Chicago. But here's a gentleman for whom the sun seems to shine eternally upon his brow. The hair is gray, but he can still pitch. Talking about Phil Niekro. Phil, it has been a slow start for the ball club, but for you, it has been a good one. Your knuckleball working may be better than it's worked in years, you believe, don't you?
I think so. My arm's feeling better than it ever has. Mentally, I feel great. Physically, I feel great. I just wish some of the other players could get a few breaks that I have out there. Some of the pitches, I'm getting runs, I'm getting defense, and some of the other pitches just aren't getting there.
You talk about breaks, and it sounds almost like an alibi type thing, but the breaks have not been going for the Yankees. Yesterday's ball game, it almost seemed that somebody wrote a script for the Chicago White Sox. It was an exciting ball game. It didn't turn out well for your ball club.
Well, there's a lot of ways to lose a game. There's a lot of ways to win the game, and yesterday was a good example of that. We're awful close to just turn this thing around. We're not getting that big hit where we need it. We're getting good defense. Just seem like we just can't get that double or triple with 2 men on base to just kind of open up the gap between a 1 or 2, 3-run lead.
Attitude, though, still high?
Oh, yeah, it always has been. There's too many good professional baseball people in this ball club that something like this get us down.
Tuesday night for you in Texas, right?
I'll be there.
Okay, that's where we'll see Phil Niekro. And as I said to you before, Phil, always nice to talk to a ball player who's older than me. Wow! We'll get ready for the start of today's ball game in just a moment.
And we'll be back with the start of the Yankees and the White Sox right after these. Participating advertisers in New York Yankee baseball are Toyota, who reminds you to buckle up and use child safety seats. It's a good feeling. Budweiser, for all you do, this Bud's for you. Citibank, when you bank at Citibank, it's your city. Your Tri-State Dodge dealers who invite you to test drive Portrait Motion, the 1985 Dodge Lancer, and the New York Yankees. Well, a fine, shiny day here at Comiskey Park in Chicago. Not a cloud in the sky. The wind is blowing in a bit from center field as the Yankees and the White Sox get ready to play the final game of this 3-game series. The Yankees will have Ricky Henderson leading off and playing center field. Willie Randolph will hit second. He'll play second. Batting third, the first baseman, Don Mattingly. Dave Winfield will play right field. He'll hit fourth. The designated hitter, Don Baylor, will bat fifth. Batting sixth for the Yankees, the left fielder, Ken Griffey. Mike Palliarulo plays third base. He'll hit seventh. He'll be followed by catcher Butch Weininger in the 8th slot. Then the shortstop Bobby Meacham will bat ninth. And on the mound for the Yankees, right-hander Joe Cowley. For the White Sox, leading off and playing left field, Rudy Law. Scott Fletcher plays third base. He'll hit second. Batting third, the right fielder Hal Baines. Batting fourth, the first baseman Greg Walker. Carlton Fisk will hit fifth and catch. Batting sixth, Oscar Gamble, the designated hitter. Hitting seventh, the center fielder Darrell Boston. Julio Cruz will play second base and bat eighth. And the shortstop Ozzie Guillen will bat ninth. And Rich Dotson will make his second start of the year. Defensively, for the White Sox, they'll have Greg Walker at first. Julio Cruz at second. Ozzie Guillen, the shortstop. Scott Fletcher over third. The outfield has Rudy Law in left, Darrell Boston in center, and Hal Baines in right field with Carlton Fisk behind the plate. And in the middle of the diamond, the pitcher, Rich Dotson. Dotson is making only his second start of the season. He missed all of spring training with a sore elbow. And so far this year, he has no record. Lifetime against the Yankees, the right-handers won 4 and lost 3. And for some quirk in the White Sox pitching rotation last year, Scooter, Dotson did not face the Yankees.
I'm kind of glad he didn't, Bill. He's tough. Eddie Lopat thinks he's one of the finest pitchers for pitching the spots and keeping the ball down, making the hit that ground ball. And that's what Eddie's style of pitching was.
Well, the White Sox have won 2 in a row here from the Yankees. They come from behind 5-4 win in overtime yesterday. That was certainly a heartbreaker for the Yankees. And so the Yankees have lost 2 straight to the Sox now, and the record is even, 2 wins, 2 losses.
It was unbelievable yesterday. You could just see it happening, and there's nothing you could do about it.
And once again, a little cool here in Chicago, 52 degrees, wind blowing straight in from center field as Ricky Henderson stands in. And standing in behind the mic here is the scooter Phil Rizzuto.
All right, William, and Ricky Henderson, big bonus yesterday, a 2-run homer to the opposite field. Ball 1 to Ricky Henderson.
Better get the umpires in. Drew Coble is behind the plate this afternoon. Don Dinkinger at first base. Al Clark at second. And Mike Riley is umpiring over at third base.
All right. Broken bat grounded to second end. Julio Cruz. He likes to spin around, fall down when he catches them. Exciting young ball player from Brooklyn.
How come all players from Brooklyn are exciting? Use another adjective.
Hot dogs. How about that?
That's a better one.
Okay.
But he can play.
Yes, he can. And Fisk is out very early talking to Dotson. He does this a lot.
That's why he's going to manage someday.
He's going to manage, and that's why the White Sox games have averaged 3 hours or more every one.
Wind blowing straight in from center field. It'll be hard to hit a ball out over Boston's head or Henderson for the Yankees.
All 3 games it's been blowing straight in while we've been here, and as Bill told you, it's been very cold. Today is the warmest day, and it's still not warm. All right, Willie Randolph, the batter. Willie batting .224, 3 doubles, looking for his first run batted in, and that's really unusual. Slow curve high, ball 1.
Coaching third for the Yankees on your left, Gene Michael. On the right stump, Merrill. He's at first.
Base hit, ripped to right field. So Willie Randolph gets the first hit of the ball game. That's the way I think, Bill, you got to hit Dotson.
The other way?
Yep.
Well, after yesterday's ball game, I think the Yankees are due for a break, to be quite honest with you. You played baseball long enough, and of course the Yankees lost the ball game in extra innings. We watched Randolph go the other way. Willie had been trying to pull the ball earlier in this series.
I remember you mentioning that. He was. He way out in front of everything.
But after getting beaten yesterday, the way they got beaten, you figure that the breaks got to go the way of the Yankees in this ball game.
And I'll tell you, they have not had many breaks since the season started. Mattingly, the batter, batting .279, takes the ball.
It's amazing how breaks go along with hitting and catching, though.
Yes, it does. It's contagious.
If you hit well and catch the ball and get good pitching, you get the breaks.
Yep. And the Yankees have had only 7 home runs here early in the year. Just about last. There goes Willie, and a ball base hit right center. And they decoyed Randolph, and he's not going to be able to go to third. Now, they did this yesterday on Bobby Meacham, and Meacham almost broke his leg as Cruz bluffed, and that was on the home run that Henderson hit.
They should run over Cruz.
They really should, because that was a bad play yesterday. Today was a good play.
Here it is again. Mattingly going into right center field, and the shortstop and second baseman decoy and Willie, and they held Willie halfway to second base, and he went around. Watch him here. He stops here, sees the ball, doesn't know if it's going to fall or not, then starts. It's too late because by now Baines has got up with the ball, and Randolph has to stay at second base.
Yeah, it's a big play for the White Sox. Would have been first and third with 1 out, and Dave Winfield up. Now it's first and second. So Mattingly's starting to get his stroke now. Mattingly with 18 base hits, the most of any Yankee. And big Dave Winfield. Dave batting .276. Takes the ball.
You mentioned Dotson did not pitch in spring training for the White Sox. He had the bad elbow, and this is only his second start.
He didn't do too badly on his first start. He has no decision, but that's low. Trying to keep the ball down on Winfield. 2-0. 1 man out. Top of the first.
Got an awfully floppy. We look at Randolph. That Dotson's got an awfully, and Mattingly at first, floppy shirt there.
Yeah, that could be distracting to the hitter. Oh, Dizzy Dean and Van Lingle Mungo used to do that. Strike 1, 2 miles.
On deck is Don Baylor for the Yankees.
I saw Big Dave in Gene Monahan's training room. He hurt his left shoulder on a swing, fooled on a beautiful change of pace in yesterday's game, and he grabbed that left shoulder. Get some treatment on it. High fly to center, but the wind will hold it up. Boston started back, has to come way in, and the runners have to hold. That would have been a 1-0 ball game. Right now, had they not tricked Willie Randolph, Mattingly back to first. And now Don Baylor. It's amazing how the little things that don't show up in the scorecard can win a lose ball game.
Yep. As you mentioned, that was a good play on the part of Geoghegan and the second baseman Cruz, but if he had done that to me yesterday on the home run, I think I'd have to go get it.
Man, I tell you that we were furious up here because Meacham almost broke his leg. You know, he started to hold up and then started to slide and then stopped and the spikes caught in the ground. The ball was way up in the seats. All right, Don Baylor, ball one. And again, they're trying to jam Baylor. Keep the ball in on him. He's hitting .259, 2 homers and 8 runs batted in. 2 men out. And way inside, all he could do was foul it off.
Well, he's looking for that ball in there now, and he's quick in there and got the head of the bat on it, but pulled it too far down the left side. Baylor stands right on top of the plate as we look at the on-deck batter, Ken Griffey. Runners at first and second. Randolph down at first base, and Mattingly, Randolph at second, and Mattingly on at first.
All right, 2 men are out. 1-1 count on Baylor. Hard grounder, rip foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I'm not sure Dawson can throw hard enough today to jam Baylor with the fastball.
No, he's got to get away inside, hoping that the best he can do is foul it off.
If you got good mustard, you can tie Don up inside, but you can't be throwing an 85, 86 mile-an-hour fastball in there. It's got to be have more velocity than that, or it's got to really move in on it.
Move, right.
Sink in on it.
He's got one of those pitches. And it took too long. 2 sets of signs, and now Fisk's going to call time again.
He might think Randolph's trying to steal signs. The shortstop and second baseman normally look in, and they have to pay attention to signs. And sometimes when they're out there on offense, they can look in and figure out signs. So Fisk might think that Randolph is giving signs to Baylor.
You know, we used to do that a lot back in the old days.
Yeah.
The signs weren't as tricky then.
No, they had 1, 2, 3.
1, 2.
That's
a lot
it.
of them didn't have 3 even.
Just a fastball, curveball, no slider, no knuckleball.
Right, nothing. Oh, just a little high. And Bill said he's not throwing hard, but he's got pretty good motion. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 men on, no score, top of the first. Low, 3-2, and the runners will be going. Dotson normally has excellent control. Popped him up. And Scott Fletcher at the look at the wind take it. It drops.
Oh,
and
they
he
should let it. They should have let the ball.
Holy cow!
He did not have to touch that ball.
No,
if
you're
he
right,
lets that
Bill.
ball roll, it might roll foul. I don't know why he touched it in fair territory.
Oh man, he was so embarrassed of misjudging that ball. If we get another look at this, Bill's absolutely right. Watch him come in now.
The wind's really bringing that ball in, and the pitcher goes over there. Dotson, he's close as anybody. Now he should let the ball.
Yep.
Let it stay there. Would have gone foul.
Had to go foul.
But he grabbed it in fair territory, and it's a single, and a run batted in for Don Baylor.
An 18-foot single that went about 200 feet in the air. The Yankees will take him any way they can get him.
I'm trying to figure out why he touched that.
I don't know either. Randolph scores. The Yankees lead 1-0.
How are you going to score that? A single or where?
I don't. I put 5.
Okay.
What is that? Can't read Connie's writing there. All right, Ken Griffey, the batter. Way outside, ball 1.
Now the Yankee infielders are going to have to go to school on that play.
Oh, man.
And really, on anything in that infield, they're going to have to hurry in. What do you call that in golf?
Wait, bounce to the second, and Cruz will throw him out. We'll talk about that later. The Yankees get a gift run on 3 base hits. No errors, 2 men left. Middle of the first, it's the Yankees 1 and the White Sox coming to bat.
Yankees defensively, as they have a 1-0 lead after a half inning. They'll have Don Mattingly at first base. Willie Randolph is at second. Bobby Meacham, the shortstop, and Mike Pagliarulo over third. The left fielder is Ken Griffey. The center fielder, Ricky Henderson. In right field, Dave Winfield. Behind the plate, Butch Weiniger. And on the mound is Big Joe Cowley. Cowley making his 5th appearance and his 2nd start. And he has no record. So Joe Cowley will try to protect this 1-0 lead. Yes, Gooner.
I was going to say Joe Cowley is very excited. His family back in Lexington, Kentucky, have that big dish out in the backyard, and they're picking up this game today. And he said he's going to show them the Joe Cowley of last year. He had been a little unhappy in spring training when they put him out in the bullpen in the early part
Tried
of
to
the
make him the middle relief man.
Yeah, and he made no bones about being unhappy about that. And he did have some kind of a year last year as a starter.
Rudy Law stands in for the White Sox, and here's the Scooter.
All right, Law batting .270. A lot of speed. Little low, ball 1.
I think the one thing we'll see from Cowley, he doesn't mind pitching on the inside part of the plate or farther in. I don't think you can just stay away from hitters consistently.
No,
Get 'em out.
and yesterday Yankee pitchers did that all day, inside again. Right-handers were getting hits to right field, left-handers to left field, except for Fisk, who broke his bat. Little dinky base hit won the game. There's ball 3, 3-0.
Uh-oh, he went to his mouth. See him? He got away with it.
Yesterday they called the
caught
kid on
yeah, Cooper on going to his mouth.
They let you blow on your hand, but not go to the mouth. Whoop, ball 4. 4 straight pitches. And Big Joe a little upset.
Well, the White Sox like to run. They're very aggressive on the base pass, and with Law at first base and Fletcher, who can handle the bat fairly well hitting, they could expect probably some movement.
Oh, I think you're absolutely right, Bill. And this kid got 4 clutch singles in yesterday's ball game to give Harold Baines 4 chances to drive in runs, which he finally did in his last at bat. Next to last at bat. Last at bat he singled if the outfield playing so shallow couldn't score. Ooh, close at first.
Now Yogi just moved Winfield in a bit in right field.
Strike 1. Fletcher played mostly shortstop last year.
Yeah, he did play, and they had Vance Law over third base.
That's right.
They sent Law to Vance Law to Montreal.
Right. 1-1. Yanks lead 1-0, bottom of the first. And time is called as Pags wants to get that piece of paper blown. Cowley's got a pretty good move for a big right-hander.
Well, you got to have a good move because
Oh, Mattingly thought they had it.
it takes so long to get turning the ball loose. So you got to work on a very good move.
Boy, they
move.
Yep.
Guy down the next booth had one of the best walk moves around, Don Drysdale.
Oh. There go. Oh, what a bluff he gave. And Weingart came up. Cowley got out of the way, but he didn't go. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
All those Dodgers were cheaters.
They had a lot of tricks, that's for sure.
And they knew the right chemist to go to get the Vaseline that you couldn't detect.
And off his glove. 1. They get the double play. Beautifully played. Cowley didn't embarrass himself there or try to hustle too much, Bill.
He took his time, wanted to make sure he could get one. The ball pops out of the glove, watches the ball, then picks up Meacham at second, throws a strike to him. And then Meacham throw back the first base, double up Fletcher. I wonder what they're going to do with Baines now. They're going to continue to throw that ball away and let him hit. Or they're going to pitch him inside and make him hurry the bat up a little bit. Or maybe fall down.
Just a little, yes.
Yeah.
Push him back.
Well, no, I mean, just might have to fall on a pitch up and in.
Let's see how Cowley works it. Blown away, ball one.
An oops pitch.
Baines hitting .328. That was low and in. 2-0.
Third base on the left, Jim Leland, and at first base on the right, Joe Nossig, coaching for the White Sox.
2 out, nobody on. Yanks leading 1-0. Baines has 2 doubles, 4 homers.
That's what you can make him swing the bat. Don't let him open the arms up and just hit the ball to left field. Yogi Berra on the end of the Yankee bench. He'll be there when the Yankees are on defense. He'll go down the other side normally when they're on offense, when they have the bats.
Boy, he took his tobacco out when that fist broke his bat and got that last hit and threw it. Just missed outside. That's the kind of pitch Baines likes, though.
Well, if you throw him inside every once in a while, he won't go out there as aggressively to swing at the pitch away from him.
All right, on deck, Greg Walker. Strike 2.
See that?
Yeah, you're
because
right.
He's worked with a couple pitches inside, doesn't know where he's going to pitch him now. But if you just stay outside, the hitter's going to go with you. And if you come up under his chin once in a while, he'll be even more hesitant.
More
to go
tentative,
outside.
right. The payoff pitch. Bounce to the second. Willie smothers it. Throws him out. So they got rid of the tough Baines. Nothing across, and at the end of 1, it's the Yankees 1 and the White Sox nothing.
Couple of Yankees injured, Scooter. Rich Bordy has a sore right bicep, and he found that out yesterday when he started to warm up to get into yesterday's ball game, and he's not available today either. And Dale Berra injured the right ring finger on a ground ball that Baines hit yesterday in the first inning. So they've taken x-rays of Dale's finger, and they're waiting to see what happens.
Oh, man. Scott Bradley with the broken finger. All right, here's Pags, and he hits one high to left center. And look at the wind take that back, right? Almost like a boomerang shot to Rudy Law. And so many balls would have been home runs so far in this series, except for that win. Oh, 1 pitch, 1 out. And now Butch Weiniger. Weiniger hitting .286, but he's up there with Don Baylor. Although Baylor now has the team lead in RBIs with 9 on that unusual single he got in the first inning. Butch has got 1 homer. He got that batting right-handed. Ball 1. Well, I finally got what you had, Bill White, and gave to Spencer Ross, and Spencer Ross gave it to me.
Now, wait a minute. The other way around.
Spencer Ross had it first?
Yeah.
Oh, I got on the wrong man then. Whatever it is, I don't like it.
Gives you a good deep voice.
Oh, yeah, but tough breathing, tough swallowing. That's low. 2 balls and a strike. Bouncer to second base. Julio throws him out 2-away. You know, I used to ask opera singers what they used when their voice felt a little raw and they had to sing that night.
You asked Bob Merrill that, didn't you?
Oh, Bob Merrill, #1. And then any opera singer I could find in those days. Now, this before Pavarotti and who's that other guy that's so popular now? Whoop, bunt attempt missed, strike 1. Placido Domingo.
Oh, you talked to him too?
Yeah. And they all said honey with lemon. I carry my own honey with me,
Yeah.
but I forgot the lemon. Want to get room service for me and a couple of lemons?
Well, so a little medicine will do.
That probably would. That stuff I had in New York.
Yeah, a little that coffee flavor. What is
Yes.
Is that the coffee flavor, or what is that?
That's no licorice.
Licorice flavor. Oh.
Licorice. Tastes just like licorice. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Oh, beautiful changeup. Had Bobby out in front. 2 out, nobody on. Yanks lead 1-0. And you know what scares you? Each game in this series, the Yankees have started off with a 1-0 lead in the first inning. I can't believe it. Bill Bowen comes in with 2 slices of lemon. And he was going to bump with 2 strikes on him, and it was low and away. Oh, man, he had Fletcher back at third.
That's a Florida man for you.
Yeah, you got good friends, Bill White. Although he played golf, and I was not invited. You know. Strike 3 call. So Bobby Meacham called out on strikes. The Yanks get down in order, and at the end of an inning and a half, it's the Yankees 1, the White Sox 0, and we're now going to pause for station identification.
Well, an all-new giveaway is coming up on Sunday, May 5th. It's Citibank Yankee Umbrella Day. All fans attending the Yankee-Kansas City Royal game on Sunday afternoon, May 5th, will take home a free blue and white Yankee umbrella, compliments of Citibank. Don't miss this great new giveaway. Scooter?
All right, William. And Greg Walker will lead off against Joe Cowley. Strike 1. Now, here's a guy you'd want to pitch outside mostly.
Well,
right?
first of all, you got to brush him back with this one, though.
Oh, okay.
And then go back outside.
Okay. Nope, outside again, 1-1. But that is a good theory. At least one of the pitches during each batter. Little tight. Low inside.
Now, he's a low fastball hitter. If you throw that down there, he's going to hurt you.
Yep.
Get that down and out over the plate, even down and in on the left-hander, because they drop the bat down well. To pitch him up around the letters inside.
Boy, he does go into that pitch, but Winfield's going to get it, a high fly. 1 man out. So Walker's out of there. And the batter will be Carlton Fisk.
Now, this is one guy you got to stay away from because he likes it inside. He's quick inside with the bat. Very few big guys are quick inside, but with the bat. But Fisk is.
All right. Fisk batting .292 has 3 homers and 13 runs batted in.
Best hitters I saw on balls inside, Hank Aaron.
Oh, what wrists he had.
Quick wrist.
Oh.
Next was Ernie Banks.
Oh, I didn't see that much Ernie. Ball 1.
Then Ron Santo of the Cubs.
Oh, yeah?
He was quick inside. They liked the pitch in.
But they looked for it, right?
Yeah. But they were quick. I looked for it, still couldn't hit it.
Oh, come on, White. I saw you when I was a kid. Bunt attempt fouled back on the screen. What? Joe Cowley. Kentucky sheriff, right?
Yeah, he drove Jim Bunning around when Jim was running for governor of Kentucky. On deck is Oscar Gamble, the Big O.
Yanks lead 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Two balls and a strike. And Fisk wants the umpire to look at the ball.
In fact, Bunning used to represent Cowley. Bunning's in that business now, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Boy, he reached down and got that, and that ball's going to be out of here. Holy cow. Now, did you... Oh, you got to have a replay on that. That looked like the ball was about 6 inches off the ground.
And away from him.
Wow.
And he went out and got it.
Hit it low enough.
Fisk had been 2 for 20, or was 2 for 20, including that single yesterday that won the ball game. And this one, of course, he'd been in quite a slump.
Oh, man. Ball game is tied at 1 apiece.
Here it is again. Fisk's 4th home run this year. He goes out and gets the ball. That's a nice swing.
That is a beautiful swing. Didn't hit it high enough to have the wind affect it. Line drive. So we're tied at 1. The batter now, Oscar Gamble. Strike 1. 1 man out. 4th home run for Carlton Fisk. Line to right field. That's going to be in for extra bases. Off the wall. And Oscar's going to be in with a double.
Let's watch Gamble again. This pitch is out over the plate, and Gamble gets around on it and hits it into the corner. No chance for Winfield. So Gamble is double.
All right, the batter now, Darrell Boston. Boston batting .341. Got 14 hits, 4 doubles, a triple, and 4 runs batted in. Gamble was batting just .190 before that double. Ball 1.
In case of a single here, they'll have a shot at Gamble. Oscar is still bothered by the bad knee.
One and one. Two strikes.
That home run hit by Fisk, the 15th given up by the Yankee pitching staff.
Just missed. 2-2. On deck, Julio Cruz.
This is the 16th game of the year.
To second base, and Willie Randolph will throw him out. Moving to third is Oscar Gamble. 2 men out. You know, the amazing thing in it, there's not been a game lost to the weather yet.
Why is that amazing?
Usually early in the year you get snowed out, rained out. No.
A couple of years ago.
This time you're wrong, White. Bouncer, and Cowley's got it. Underhand flip to Mattingly. So the White Sox come up with a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. And at the end of 2, it's the Yankees 1 and the White Sox 1.
Well, you got the Daily News writer Bill Madden doing your research on last year for you.
Yes, I have, and I hope he comes back and gives me the right answer. Actually, I'm very happy to see you, White, because I'm shaken up a little bit.
You are.
I was watching the movie Coma this morning. And you haven't seen it, right?
Nope. I don't watch too many movies.
Well, I'd say this. I ain't going to let you out of my sight all day and all night. I'm in my room with you tonight. Man, that was scary.
By the way, tickets for all Yankee home games may be purchased at the Yankee Stadium advance ticket window 7 days a week from 9 to 5 or by visiting any Tri-State Ticket World outlet. For information and credit card orders, call Ticket World toll-free at 1-800-682-8080. For additional Yankee ticket information, call the ticket office at 212-293-6013. Scooter?
All right, Ricky Henderson back in the top of the Yankee batting order. Ricky bounced to second his first time up. And hits one to a shallow center. Back is the shortstop, Ozzie Guillen, and makes the catch. Wait a minute, we have a report. 6 games postponed in April because of inclement weather. I got that, Huckleberry. Thanks, Bill, whoever gave it to me.
Joe Safety.
Joe Safety. All right.
6
Willie
games
Randolph.
April of last year, huh?
Yep.
Well, you're right.
All right. Fly ball is shallow center, but playing shallow is Darrell Boston. And there are 2 men out quickly here in the top of the 3rd.
Is that 2 pitches, 2 out?
Yes, I believe it was. I didn't have a chance to say that. Looked like Ricky Henderson's ankle is better. He's getting down lower in his stance. Now Mattingly, who's single to right center.
Maybe you ought to get up higher so we get on top of the ball instead of under.
That's right. It looks like he's going for the long ball all of a sudden. Ball 1. A 1-1 ball game in the top of the 3rd. Two and nothing. Mattingly up to 290 now. Three and 0.
You know, that's where Mattingly has so much discipline. A lot of hitters would go after the 2-0 pitch, no matter where it would be. But he has a lot of patience and a lot of discipline.
Boy, he really does. Very seldom swings at a bad pitch. Strike 1. Two out, nobody on. And that's foul back in the upper deck, out of play. Full count on Don Mattingly.
Talking about first baseman, one of your old Yankees is here. Don Bolwig.
Don Bolwig. Oh, gosh, it was great to see him. Popped it up. And let's see how Fletcher plays this one. He's got it. Yankees go down in order, and at the end of 2.5, it's the Yankees 1 and the White Sox 1.
Well, we've got a 1-1 tie playing the 3rd inning between the Yankees and the White Sox. Yankees leave here. They'll be in Texas tomorrow to play the Rangers. Also Tuesday and Wednesday against the Texas Rangers of Doug Rader. And you'll be there, of course, Mr. Rizzuto.
And I certainly hope it's a lot warmer so I can get out in that hot sun, get rid of this whatever I got. All right, here he is. Now, this youngster wants his name pronounced Guillen. Ozzie Guillen. It's spelled Guillen, but for some reason he wants it pronounced Guillen. And he bluffs the bunt, takes the ball.
Same reason Palirulo wants his names pronounced.
Right?
Palirulo.
Palirulo, right. And there's a strike, 1-1. I think Tony Dorsett was one of the first ones. They used to call him Dorset.
That's before he started gaining 1,000 yards.
Right.
Every year.
That'll be back and out of play. Weiniger will run out of room.
No, it's coming back.
You gotta be kidding.
Him
He
came
make the play?
back. Yeah, he made the play. Sure, good play by Weiniger. He stayed with the ball, got his hand.
He's got it?
Yeah, he's got it in the glove.
You gotta be kidding.
Got some beer in his hand, too, I believe.
Holy cow, great play. How did the wind bring that back?
Well, he's had a top spin, overspin, and comes back to Weiniger. Watch him with the one hand here. Right there. Then he puts his bare hand in some beer there. You see the beer on top?
Yeah, I see it. Great play by Weiniger.
Budweiser there on that top step.
Oh, yeah. This Bud's for you. All right. And now Rudy Law takes the strike.
On the scoreboard, Scooter, Kansas City leading Boston 2-1 after 3.5 at Fenway Park.
Had him off balance with that changeup.
Cleveland 6, Baltimore 1 after 2.5. Indians are giving people fits. Minnesota leading Oakland 1-0 after 3.
Minnesota's a strange team, right? They won their first 2, lost 9 in a row. Now they've won 9 in a row. Or 7 in a row. Anyway, they're 9-9. Just missed.
Detroit leading Milwaukee 1-0 after 2. Walt Terrell pitching for the Tigers. Later on, Toronto at Texas and California at Seattle. Obviously, you turned your clock up an hour last night.
I hate to tell you, but I forgot. I called home, told Cora to turn her clock ahead, and then I forgot mine.
Boy, you got here on time.
Yeah, luckily.
Mets lead Pittsburgh 4-1 after 5.
Broken bat fly ball. And Winfield makes the catch.
Darryl Strawberry, a grand slam home run in the first for the Mets, his 3rd career grand slammer. Mets leading Pittsburgh 4-1 after 5. Philadelphia 3, Chicago 0. Phillies batting in the bottom of the 5th inning. And it's raining in Montreal. The Cardinals are scheduled to play the Expos there. And the other games in the National League later start, either in Texas or California.
William, the batter, Scott Fletcher, who hit into a double play first time up. They had a movie on last night that I couldn't believe. Don Carney watched the whole thing. I watched a minute and a half. It's called The Beam. I think he said it scared him to sleep.
You know what? You ought to be a movie critic.
I should be. I see these huckleberries on TV. Even Jeffrey Lyons. I could do a better job than they do.
You probably see more movies than anybody in this country.
That's right. Foul back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 out. We're tied 1 apiece here in the bottom of the 3rd. Struck him out. Good breaking pitch. Bill White's going to carry you along, helped out by Spencer Ross. At the end of 3, it's the Yankees 1 and the White Sox 1.
Bill White along with Spencer Ross to bring you the next 3. We're the top of the 4th, and the Yankees and the White Sox are tied 1-1. The Yankees got their run in the first inning when Randolph singled to right field with an out. Mattingly singled into right center. Randolph a holding second on a good decoy by Julio Cruz and Ozzie Guillen. Then Winfield fly to center field for out number 2. Baylor hit a high pop off third base that Fletcher misplayed, then touched the ball before it bounced foul near home plate. Randolph scored for a 1-0 Yankee lead, but then in the second inning with the man out, Carlton Fisk ripped one into the left center field seats for his 4th home run of the year, and we're tied at 1 going into the top of the 4th, and it'll be Winfield, Baylor, and Griffey for the Yankees.
That's about the first mistake Mr. Fletcher's made all weekend. He's had a weekend you can make a highlight film out of.
Winfield has been up once and flied to center field. Dave batting .271. He has 2 home runs and 6 runs batted in this year. And Dotson gets a fastball in for a strike.
I'd like to see the Yankees wait a little on Dotson. He does have a problem as we check out Yogi Berra. Lou Piniella seated alongside in the Yankee dugout. Yankees have been first pitch swinging against him, and he is a young man who does have some control problems.
Right back up the middle, and right there is the second baseman, Julio Cruz. He had Winfield played perfectly, and there's one away.
I want to remind you the Monument Park section of Yankee Stadium is open for fan viewing every home game, beginning 2 hours prior to the game when the gates open and ending 1/2 hour before game time. Make a visit to the Monument Park section at Yankee Stadium and bring the kids along. Here's Don Baylor, who has the game's only RBI for the Yankees.
Baylor has 9 runs batted in this year. That's tops on the Yankees. Flanagan's driven in 8. Mattingly 7. Winfield and Griffey 6 apiece. Popped up left side. And the shortstop Guillen and the third baseman Fletcher. Fletcher taking charge. Caught it, but cut it.
Well, he had a problem with his son again, as he did on the last pop-up by Baylor, that he could not play. And that's the one that got the Yankee run home. He's got a smile on his face right here. I think Guillen wanted to take that ball, but Mr. Fletcher said, no, I want another chance. And he put it away.
And there are 2 outs. And the batter now is Ken Griffey for the Yankees. The Yankees have a run on 3 hits, and the White Sox a run on 2 hits. We're at the top of the 4th.
And Dotson settling down. That's 9 in a row. He is retired.
Looks like he's cranked his velocity up a bit, too. In the first inning, was not throwing that hard. It's a good breaking ball, but it's high, hangs high. 1-0 on Griffey. Griffey at 298 with no home runs and 6 runs batted in this year. Bounced to second in the first inning. And it's 1-1. California in first place in the American League West. They have a 1.5 lead over the White Sox. The White Sox won 8, lost 7. Tigers back in first place in the East. They have a half-game lead over Baltimore and Toronto.
Baltimore looked like they had a ball game won yesterday, and Scotty McGregor pitching a 1-hitter into the 8th inning, and 8 runs across the plate.
For the Indians. And the Indians leading Baltimore today also. They're giving people fits, Pat Corrales' Indian Ball Club. I figured they didn't have much pitching and not much power, but they're playing good baseball early.
Lost a couple of key people to start the season. They're starting to get them back now, Thornton in particular.
1-1 on Griffey. 1-2 on Griffey. Yankees won, the White Sox won, playing the top of the 4th with 2 outs, nobody on base. Two and two. Center, and the left fielder Rudy Laws over there with the glasses down, plays the win, plays the ball, side is retired. 3 up and 3 down. We've played 3.5 innings here at Comiskey Park. The Yankees won, the White Sox won.
Participating advertisers in New York Yankee baseball are Canon, proud to be the world's leader in 35mm photography and the official camera of the New York Yankees, and Con Edison, serving New York and Westchester. Here's Harold Baines to lead it off.
And a strike on Baines. Baines has been up once and bounced to Randolph. We're in the bottom of the 4th. The Yankees and the White Sox tied at 1. It'll be Baines, Walker, and Carlton Fisk. Bunted foul off third base. 2 strikes on Baines. Baines an excellent all-around player and hitter. He'll bunt for the base hit. He'll slap the ball through the left side for a base hit. He has power. He has 4 home runs this year. And he's been tough on the Yankees. Mattingly will get it to Randolph. He will not make the play. I thought he might toss it to Randolph. So let Randolph throw it on to Talley.
Really the only way there might have been a chance at that. Good play by Mattingly. After he snagged the ball, he did go down, which you had to expect because he had extended his body, but then he just could not get his balance back. Here you see him hit the turf. He wants to get up and then slips back down, and the throw is a little bit late to Joe Cowley covering at first base. So that'll be an infield hit. Good play by Mattingly.
I thought he took the ball to Randolph there.
I think Willie was calling for it.
We forgot to also say that Baines is an above-average runner. And he just beat Cowley to the bag. So Baines an infield hit at first base, leading off the 4th. And we'll get Greg Walker, the big first baseman. The White Sox hitters have been hot. Baines has hit in now 13 straight games. Walker's hit in 5 straight. Baines was on the move. And Ozzie Guillen, the shortstop, has hit in 7 straight.
And Walker has the ability to hit the ball out of the park, particularly against right-handed pitchers.
That's going to be trouble. No, Henderson will come on. With the wind blowing in, Ricky got a good jump and made the catch easily. I thought that ball might Be a humpback liner single for Walker, but Henderson made the play for out number 1.
It's a tough ballpark to tell because of the winds that blow around here, just where the ball's going. Once it does leave the bat, it makes it tough on the fielders. But Henderson playing that well for the first out. And here's Carlton Fisk, who in his first time at bat tried to bunt for a base hit. Fortunately for him, he did not, because then he smacked one about 380 feet away into the left field pavilion for the only run of the ball game for Chicago.
And he has not been hot. He's now 3 for 21, but he won yesterday's game for the White Sox with the little looper. And a strike here.
He was 0 for 8 in this series until that little base hit that won the ball game for the Sox yesterday. So
that made him 2 for 20. Now the home run today, 3 for 21. A ball and a strike on Carlton Fisk. One out, one on, scored tied 1-1 in the 4th. Two balls and a strike. Well, they might run Baines here. The White Sox have been aggressive on the base pass in this whole series. Of course, that aggressiveness hurt them in the final game of the 2-game set at Yankee Stadium, when Carlton Fisk and Ron Kittle decided to try a double steal.
That took the Sox out of the ball game.
Yeah. 2 balls and a strike on Fisk. Cowley keeping Baines close at first base. They play it to second anyway, and they still get the man at first base. Baines safe at second, so it's a 5-4-3 putout on Fisk for the second out.
Well, Mike Pagliarulo made the wrong play. No way in the world they were going to get Baines, as Baines takes off right here on the pitch. Pax comes up with the ball, goes to second, and a good throw by Randolph here. Baines is in there easily. Well, Willie comes across, and a good play by Mattingly, short hopping the throw for the out. But Baines in there easily. Watch Randolph as he grabs the ball. And Willie wasn't taken out of the play at all by Harold Baines. But good play by Mattingly at first base for the second out. But out of the double play are the White Sox, and they have the go-ahead run in scoring position.
And 2 down. Here's Oscar Gamble, who doubled into the right field corner in the second inning. Ball 1.
On the subject of third baseman, the official word on Dale Berra is it is a broken ring finger on his right hand. It will not be forced to put him on the disabled list. They'll be out 4 or 5 days, and they do expect him back by next week.
And that's 1-1 on Gamble. He will be put in a splint for a few days, as you mentioned. And there's Dale's father.
Been a tough weekend for Yoder. 2 tough ball games the Yankees lose.
Will need new lumber. Cowley doesn't mind pitching inside. He'll show you the pitch in or away. He will not establish a pattern.
Here's the pitch inside, and Gamble gets out ahead of it and fouls it away and
broke his bat.
Yes, we're waiting for Oscar to get one. He's still down in the dugout. There we go. Oscar's hit well in his career against his former Yankee teammates, coming into the series at a lifetime .341 batting average against the Yankees, and he had been up about 160 times in his career against New York. Went 1 for 3 on Friday night.
And he's 1 for 1 here this afternoon. Gamble playing against right-handers. He left spring training after agreeing to a contract with the White Sox. It wasn't guaranteed, so he left, but came back the next day and apologized. Figured he couldn't make $200,000-300,000 down in Birmingham or Mobile.
Be tough anywhere.
A curve just missed. The Rolls Royce he's got eats up that much gasoline. You know, players really don't realize how good they have it until they get out of baseball or get released or whatever.
That's very, very true. Very, very true. Particularly today.
2-2 on Gamble. And that curveball caught him looking, and that'll retire the side. No run for the White Sox. 1 base hit. They leave a man on base. We played 4, and the score is tied. The Yankees won, and the White Sox won.
An uncharacteristic Chicago White Sox game as we move now to the top half of the 5th inning. We have played an hour and 5 minutes. Chicago's been averaging over 3 hours a ball game, but the pitching has been good. Dotson has had his control. It's been a problem of his. See the fans out there and you get an idea of the weather here. Everybody in winter coats today, but the sun is shining brightly as we move to the 5th inning, and Dotson will face the bottom part of the Yankee batting order. Mike Pagliarulo, Butch Weiniger, and the 9th man in the order, Bobby Meacham. Dotson, who back in 1983 won 22 games and then had a great start last year, 11-4 before the All-Star break, but he wound up the season 14-15. So here's Pagliarulo to lead it off for the Yankees. Bill?
And Pagliarulo has been up once and flied to the left fielder, Rudy Law, in left center field. Bottom third of the Yankee batting order, Mike Pagliarulo, Butch Weiniger, and Bobby Meacham against Rich Dotson. The breaking ball is a strike. Dotson has retired the last 10 Yankees he's faced since Baylor's pop single that drove in Randolph in the 1st inning. 1-1 on Pagliarulo. He's hitting at .286. 1 home run and 5 runs batted in. That ball sailed away and high. 2-1. Dotson lifetime against the Yankees has won 4 games and he's lost 3. Did not pitch against the Yankees last year. They used Floyd Bannister last year quite a bit against the Yankees. 2-2 on Pagliarulo. A little odd to come in here and not get a shot at Floyd Bannister.
I know Yogi was talking about that. He'd rather not see Floyd Bannister. He could give the Yankees problems.
That's foul off first base. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes on Pagliarulo. They gave to the American League standings in the National League. The Cubs in first place by a half game over Montreal. In the West, the Dodgers in first place by a half game over Cincinnati. Cincinnati, the surprise team, I think, this year in baseball.
Pete Rose has got him going.
That's high. 3-2 on Pagliarulo. Of course, it's early. Yankees have played, this is their 16th game. Into right center, on the run, the center fielder, Boston. And that's the first out.
Pax hit the ball well. Boston getting a good jump on the ball to put it away for the first out. And that's one of the few batters that Dotson has gone to 3 balls on. He has yet to walk a batter. And that's one of the reasons he's doing as well as he is doing. He has given up but 3 base hits, and all of them coming in the 1st inning. Since then, he has been perfect.
And here's Butch Weiniger. Weiniger bounced to second base in the 2nd inning. I don't think Butch was going to bunt. Took it wide, ball 1. And a strike on the outside edge, 1-1. Out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Weiniger. We'll be on the air again on Tuesday night. 9:30 New York, 8:30 New York time from Arlington, Texas, Yankees and the Rangers, and also again on Wednesday night.
Yankees will pitch Phil Niekro Tuesday and Ed Whitson on Wednesday.
2-2 on Weiniger. Good ball really carries at that park now that they have enclosed center field. That'll slice foul in the seats down the left side. Count remains 2-2 on Weininger. So there might be a lot of runs scored in Texas. The Yankees play the Rangers. They'll play them tomorrow night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night, and we'll have Tuesday's and Wednesday's game for you. 3-2 on Weininger.
Dotson's been getting the 3-2 pitch in. Went to 3-2 on Pagliarulo.
Out of play left side once again. Fletcher giving chase, but no chance. Dotson has no record this year. This is only his second start. We mentioned that he came up with a sore elbow in spring training.
Pitched pretty well in his first start against Milwaukee. 6 in the third innings, gave up 6 hits and 1 earned run. If the White Sox want to be contenders in the West, he has to come back this year.
Right back up the middle, and it'll go through. Base hit for Weininger, just out of reach of Dotson. And Boston will get it in. So Weininger breaks a string of 11 straight by Dotson with a 1-out single here in the 5th inning. The score is tied. Yankees won and the White Sox won. The Yankees scored their run in the 1st inning, and the White Sox scored theirs in the 2nd on a solo home run by Carlton Fisk. Here's Bobby Meacham. Meacham struck out in the 2nd inning, the only strikeout chalked up by Dotson in the ballgame so far. Fletcher will play it to first. And that'll be a 5-3 putout unless the official score wants to be generous as Weininger goes on the 2nd. If the score wants to be generous, he would give him a sacrifice, but he's obviously bunting for base hits, Spencer.
Yeah, Bobby's been having problems with the bat this week, and he's 0 for 8 in this series. He struck out 3 times. Played a pretty good bunt down, but just dragged it a little too far down the third baseline, and Fletcher able to get the throw off for the out. But the Yankees do have the go-ahead run now in scoring position, and Ricky Henderson coming to the plate. We're tied at 1-1 here in the top half of the 5th inning.
Henderson's 0 for 2 in the game. He's grounded to second and popped to short. He has a home run this year, hit it yesterday, and 3 runs batted in. Henderson has been up 24 times now with 3 base hits. And a ball.
1 for 8. Let's see if I remember my math. That's, I think, 125, right?
Backhanded by Fletcher at third base, and that'll retire the side. Fine play by White Sox third baseman Scott Fletcher. No runs, a base hit, and a man left at the end of 4.5 innings of play. The Yankees won, the White Sox won. Let's pause for station identification.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and WPIX and is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game or any segment thereof without the express written consent of the New York Yankees is prohibited. The official score ruled it a sacrifice on Bobby Meacham's bunt, which moved Weininger down to second. We move now to the bottom of the 5th inning. Yankees and the White Sox all even at 1-1. White Sox with 3 base hits. Yankees now with 4, and Darrell Boston to lead it off for Chicago. Bill?
All right, Spencer. Boston's been up once and grounded to Randolph, so he's 0 for 1 in the game. Excellent speed for the rookie. Cowley's low, ball 1. Boston, Cruz, and Nagijan, 3 left-handed hitters. 1-1.
And Boston's been a real nice surprise for Tony La Russa with the bat.
Well, he chased Law out of center field and put Kittle on the bench.
They've got Salazar now. He can play center field, you can play the outfield, you can play third base. There's a lot better team than they showed last season, the Chicago ball club.
They are early. 2-1 on Boston. And it's 2-2. Have a bit more speed and a bit more defense this year, especially with Geachin at shortstop. Your shortstop very important to a ball club. He's got to be consistent.
And of course, here in Chicago, they're already comparing him to Luis Aparicio. That's a long way to go, though.
Randolph at second. And there's one away. Boston got jammed with a breaking ball. We mentioned that Cowley doesn't mind pitching the ball in, making the hitters get those hands in the swing with that instead of extending. That's what makes him effective. And here's Julio Cruz, the second baseman, who bounced back to the mound in the second inning.
Not the toughest pitch to hit, Bill. High and inside.
Well, yeah.
Hitters?
Most hitters don't like the ball in. Cruz got jammed, and Meacham makes a catch for out number 2. We're talking to Phil Spencer about how most hitters like the ball out where they could see it and handle it. And we're talking about some players who like the ball in. And we mentioned Hank Aaron, number 1. Of course, we were talking mostly about National Leaguers and Ernie Banks.
But Aaron's wrists weren't you.
He was quick. Had excellent wrists. And also Ron Santo, who played for the Cubs. We didn't get into the American Leaguers. But I know Carlton Fisk likes the ball in. He likes the ball in to pull it. 2 outs, nobody on Ozzie Geachin. He's been up once and fouled out to Weininger. Weininger making a fine catch next to the wall behind home plate. And it's a ball and no strikes on Geachin. Randolph again. And a 3-up, 3-down inning for Joe Cowley. We have played 5 here at Comiskey Park to score. The Yankees won, the White Sox won.
Another giveaway for all Yankee fans coming up on Thursday afternoon, May the 16th. The Yankees will be hosting the Texas Rangers at 1 o'clock. And all fans in attendance will take home a free pen with the Yankee logo, compliments of Bic. That's Thursday, May 16th, Yankees versus the Rangers at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Nice crowd on hand here in Chicago, where they have drawn over 2 million the past 2 seasons. As the Yankees and White Sox are all even at 1-1 going to the 6th inning. Richard Dotson has limited the Yankees to 4 base hits. 3 of them came in the first when the Yankees scored their run, and then he retired 11 in a row before a Butch Weininger single up the middle. So Willie Randolph leads it off for the Yankees here in the top of the 6th inning. Here's Bill.
All right, Spencer. Randolph 1 for 2 in the game, and he scored the Yankees' only run in the game. Randolph at 235. Still looking for his first run batted in. Yankees on a 2-game losing streak. Their longest losing streak this year, 3. It's still early, and their longest winning streak this year, 4. Right back to Dotson. Randolph's the first out in the 6th inning. This ball game moving right along, Spencer Ross.
Moving along very, very quickly because Dotson is getting the ball over. Something he has had a lot of problems in doing in the past. He's walked over 100 batters the last 2 seasons. But this afternoon, getting that first pitch in and causing trouble.
And here's Don Mattingly, 1 for 2 in the game. Mattingly singled in the right center field on a hit and run in the first inning and fouled out to the 3rd baseman, Scott Fletcher, in the 3rd inning. And takes a strike. Mattingly at 286. Has not hit a home run this year. He hit 23 last year. He's driven in 7 runs. 1-1. Mattingly, a champion, batting champion in the American League last year. Slowly to the second baseman, Cruz. 2 outs.
Mr. Dotson continues to make it look easy as he gets Mattingly on the easy ground ball. You know, interesting, baseball is a game of statistics, but sometimes they can be deceiving. Checking the league totals this week, Bill, the Yankees are 4th in the league in hitting and 4th in the league in pitching. And compare that with Baltimore, 11th in hitting, 5th in pitching, yet they're out ahead of the Yankees. The Tigers have the 6th best pitching in the American League. They are 1st in batting. And the point is that the Yankees overall are playing pretty good baseball, but things are just not working out.
Well, they're not picking up the ball.
No, the fielding has been a problem.
That has hurt. Here's Winfield. And he takes a strike.
And there were a lot of things that happened in yesterday's ball game. You go back to the error by Bobby Meacham, which let the first run score, and that turned out to be the ball game.
Winfield is 0 for 2. He's fly to center field and bounced to second, and the count is no balls and 2 strikes on Dave.
Stick's got to start wearing a helmet down at third base with David up.
Well, he still hasn't come close to his record for throwing the bat yet. That was just down to third base.
Chased that outside pitch way off the plate.
So the count on Winfield, no balls and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 6th, the Yankees won, the White Sox won. The Yankees have 4 hits, the Sox 3. Neither team has made an error in the ball game. Winfield at 267 with 2 home runs this year and 6 runs batted in.
Yeah, interesting thing though, Bill, people who project what's going to happen. The thing with the Yankees, everybody said there'd be a lot of 11 to 10 ball games this year. You know, the hitting would be great. Get the pitching, particularly this weekend. Whitson on Friday, Rasmussen yesterday pitched well enough to win the ball games. But the Yankees just not coming up with a big hit at the right time. They left 10 on yesterday, 14 on Friday night.
And Winfield is caught looking, and that'll retire the side. Second strikeout for Dodson. 3 up, 3 down. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Yankees won, White Sox won.
Well, this is the 75th anniversary of this ballpark here in Chicago. Comiskey Park, the home of the Chicago White Sox. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Joe Cowley will have to face the top of the White Sox batting order, starting with the left fielder, Rudy Law. Cowley has surrendered only 3 base hits thus far. We're tied at 1. Bill?
All right, Spencer, and Law takes the strike. Rudy's walked. Cut down when Fletcher bounced into a double play started by Cowley. And he's also flied to Winfield in right center field, so he's 0 for 1 in the game. Good speed. And it's 1-1 on the left-handed hitter. Fouled into the seats down the right side. Making his 5th appearance and his 2nd start. Starting for the first time in his career against the White Sox. And with 2 strikes, he was going to bunt the ball and took a strike on a curve. So Law called out on strikes.
Rudy looked a little confused right here. That pitch comes in. Looked like he drew the bat back, Bill.
Well, it was a strike anyway.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out why he's going to bunt with 2 strikes on him.
And then draw the bat back.
Yeah, the only guy I know who does that well is right now is Rod Carew with the California Angels. He's an excellent 2-strike bunter. Out here, Scott Fletcher. He's bounced into a double play and struck out.
He's been the key man in this series, though, for the White Sox. Friday night, he drew the walk right before Baines hit the 3-run home run that won the ball game. Yesterday, he comes up with 4 base hits. And when the season started, a lot of people didn't know if there'd be any room for him in the starting lineup in this ball club.
Well, he doesn't like this sidearm fastball or curveball from Cowley. Counts the ball to strike on Fletcher. He's batting .281. He has hit the Yankees well over the years. They have another guy over there on the bench who usually hits the Yankees well, Mark Hill, the backup catcher. 2 balls and a strike on Fletcher. With 1 out and nobody on, tied at 1 in the bottom half of the 6th inning. He doesn't want to go out there and get that pitch. He pitched 2 and 2. You know, a lot of hitting and pitching is intimidation, although they've taken a lot of that out of it.
Yeah, but when that guy comes sidearm at you and you're a right-handed hitter, it can do a lot of things to a lot of right-handed batters.
That's out of play.
Look at the crowd here at Comiskey Park in Chicago. As we mentioned earlier, they drew over 2 million the last 2 years, and they're projecting just about the same for this season. Theory here seems to be not how good the team is. They seem to believe people will come out and see baseball in Chicago no matter what. At least that's the hope.
No, they will. This is a good sports town. Friday night I went down. You wonder why baseball is such a draw. First of all, people know the game. But I went down and sat with a friend of mine in the mezzanine sort of here. It's a pretty game to watch from that level.
Oh, yeah.
It's really a pretty game. As Fletcher goes down on strikes, there's a feeling about being at a ballpark that I don't think you can get in any other sport.
And particularly in the older ballparks like this one. Eris Cowley coming generally sidearm. That one straight over the plate. And Fletcher swinging and missing for the second time he has struck out this afternoon. And for Joe Cowley, that is strikeout number 4.
Well, I never sat. When I watch a game, it's either from up here or from a box seat.
Oh, you've never sat up?
I never sat up a little bit. It's just a little bit off third base where Bill Bowen has his seats. And the game is pretty from there. You see all the movement. Baines back up the middle. He'll get a base hit his second. He's now 2 for 3.
I tell you, ever get a chance, Bill, in Yankee Stadium to go up into the upper deck?
No.
Just try it once. Try it for a couple innings.
I have fear of heights.
No. That's upper deck, in between, let's say, home plate and first base.
Yeah.
Beautiful place to watch.
Well, I've been up there. I've been up there. We used to bring the young kids in for New Jersey Trooper Youth Week, and they have sat up there. And I go up and visit them. Here's Greg Walker, who's 0 for 2. Fly to right field, fly to center field. And tries to hit the ball out on the street out behind right field. Swings through it. Strike 1 on Walker. He's batting .254. 2 home runs, 9 runs batted in. He has hit in 5 straight games. Baines now has hit in 13 straight. With 2 outs, and Cowley will have to watch the youngster at first base. And that breaking ball misses. 1-1. Walker's a good low fastball hitter. Has good power. That was a breaking ball. And it's 1-2.
Of course, if you can't get out to the ball game to sit in the upper deck, you can always watch it right here on Channel 11. Right?
That's true.
We got a camera up there, too.
Now they've got to watch Baines here with a 1-2 count on Walker. He's not going. Sox thought so much of Walker they were able to release Mike Squires, an excellent defensive first baseman. Curve just missed wide. 2-2. Yankees won and the White Sox won, almost 2/3 of the way through the ball game here at Comiskey Park.
Baines taking a short lead. He's not much of a threat to steal. Stole only 1 base last year.
Cowley, a little underhand toss to Mattingly, and that'll do it. No runs, a base hit. The man left on the Citibank scoreboard at the end of 6. The Yankees and the White Sox tied 1-1.
Spencer Ross along with Phil Rizzuto and Bill White here in Comiskey Park in Chicago, Illinois. Chilly day. Beautiful clear skies, though, as the Yankees and the White Sox go at it in the final game of this 3-game series. The Yankees with 1 run on 4 base hits in the ball game. They got their run in the first inning on a pair of singles by Randolph and Mattingly. Then with 2 men out, Don Baylor popped one up down the third baseline, and Scott Fletcher lost it in the sun. Baylor reached, and Randolph scored. As we check the crowd out here, and you can tell by the attire, it is indeed a chilly day. The White Sox got the equalizer in the second inning when Fisk unloaded a home run into the left field pavilion, his 4th of the season. Oscar Gamble followed with a double. But Joe Cowley straightened things out, and since that point, he has given up but one base hit. Don Baylor to lead it off here for the Yankees. 1 for 2. That pop fly single in the first inning, and he popped out to Fletcher in his second at bat. So Baylor now 5 for 12 in the series against Chicago. Dotson's first pitch is in for a strike. Take a look at Fletcher playing way back on the dirt at third base, and the second baseman, Cruz, practically on a line with second base. This one might be playable, but back into the crowd it goes. So Dotson immediately ahead of the batter, Don Baylor, at 0-2 in the ball game. He has yet to walk a batter, and this is a young man who has averaged over 100 bases on balls a season over the last 2 years. It's been his biggest problem. He was a 22-game winner in '83. After that great start last year, 11-4, made the All-Star team. He slumped to 3-11 after the All-Star break. Here's a base hit. Number 2 for Don Baylor this afternoon. Number 5 for the Yankees in the ball game. And the first time this afternoon, the Yankees have gotten the lead runner on base on Dotson. Ken Griffey stepping in. Did not play yesterday. He was 1 for 5 in Friday night's ball game with an RBI. 0 for 2 today. Bounced to second and fly to left. And the scooter is here. You have some honey for the throat, huh?
Honey and
You're
lemon.
getting what Bill and I had, huh?
I got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, okay. After this pitch?
Yeah, not right away. I got plenty of time.
Inside, ball 1.
I've been blaming Bill White for the start of this.
Well,
Whatever we got. But he told me you had it first, and he got it from you, and I got it from White. So you are the culprit. I thought it was just the opposite. I thought Bill started.
Well, not quite sure. That's open to debate.
Okay. But you ever wonder where these expressions, I don't like that, I got a bone to pick with you. Now, what does that mean? Why can't you say I got a ham sandwich to pick with you, or I got a piece of chocolate?
I've got a bone to pick with you. Let's try and figure it out. 1-0 pitch. Pitch out. Griffey tried to swing at it. Baylor is thrown out. This called the pitch out at the right time. Baylor was going. The hit and run was on. Griffey tried to protect the plate, but missed the ball, and a good throw by Fisk down to the shortstop, Guggen, for the out.
We look at it again. Look at that pitch out. Griffey could not reach it. And they just did get Baylor, but they did get him. We look at the slide again. Baylor used to be a great base stealer. Lost a couple of steps.
So there's one man away here in the 7th inning as Baylor is caught stealing as the Yankees were playing hit and run. And the count is now 1-1 on Griffey. And a base hit. So the importance of that particular play moves up a notch on the base hit by Griffey. Had Baylor made it into second, Yankees would be ahead in this ball game.
I tell you, it happens so often. Britt Burns, I believe, is up in the White Sox bullpen. But it happens so many times, Spencer, and more so to the Yankees here early in the season. Seems like every possible advantage is going the other way for the other team so far.
It's broken badly for the Yankees here at the outset. But a lot of it of their own making, though, Phil. I mean,
oh, yes, there's quite a bit.
Too many bad plays in the field.
Yeah. I heard your interview with Phil Negro. Enjoyed it very much.
I meant what I said.
Except the end where you said, well, it's nice to talk to somebody older than me.
Ball player. You're not a player anymore.
Well, I'm not? I thought I was still in the games.
You'll always be in the game. Dotson trying to keep Ken Griffey close. Yankees opening up the 7th inning with back-to-back base hits, but Baylor thrown out stealing on a pitch out with the Yankees playing hit and run, and Fisk called the right pitch at the right time. Well, I told you that other story in the reverse with Scott Bradley when I first met him down at spring training. It was the first time a ball player had ever said that to me. He said, "Gee, Spencer, I've been listening to you ever since I was a kid."
Is that right?
That's the first time I experienced that. Because I remember you when I was a little tight, too. Yeah.
Well, that's very possible.
0-1 to Pagliarulo. Yeah, Mike is bunting. The count goes 0-2. Pags is fly to left and he fly to center.
He was not only trying to sacrifice Griffey, but also trying to beat it out, which is not a bad idea with Weininger up next.
Dotson's got his control.
Oh.
And he is tough when he has his control.
He's making it look too easy out there. He's throwing all those change-ups and sinkers.
Fifth inning, he went to 3-2 on a couple of batters. But generally, he's been getting the first pitch in.
A little surprised that La Russa's going so long with him, because he had arm problems all spring. And this is only, what, his second start?
His second. Pags has a base hit. That's 3 consecutive base hits for the Yankees as Boston plays it in center. And after making the turn, Griffey steps back to second. So first and second for the Yankees. 1 man out. We're in the top of the 7th. We're tied at 1. And 7 base hits in the ball game for the Yankees and Tony La Russa.
Getting close to that step. Got 1 leg up. Will he come out? Here he comes.
Well, he's going to talk with his pitcher. He does have Britt Burns working down on the bullpen.
Well, with Weininger and Meechin coming up, it really doesn't make that much difference. They're both switch hitters. As we just mentioned before that base hit by Pagliarulo, this is a long stint for Dotson to be throwing. He hasn't thrown that many pitches because, as Spencer said, he has not walked anybody. And he's had only 2 strikeouts, and a lot of the Yankees are going after that first pitch.
Well, the discussion continues, and Tony's not going to take him out. He's going to stay with him.
All right. Let's hope he made the wrong move. This is what drives managers batty. They go out a little undecided as to whether to take him out or leave him in. And you say, well, I'll give him 1 more shot. Well, sometimes before you sit down, the guy you're leaving him in to pitch to has hit one out of the park.
Friday night, Woodson pitching that no-hitter. And Baines comes up with that 3-run home run. But again, the hero is Scott Fletcher.
Oh, yeah.
He drew that base on balls, which enabled Baines to come to the plate. Butch Weininger, 1 for 2.
And what about yesterday? He got 4 base hits.
That's right.
Let Baines come up 4 different times.
That's outside ball 2, 2-0. That may be, off the top of my head, Phil, the first time that Dotson has gone 2-0 in a batter all afternoon.
Could very well. He's been uncanny. Yes. Even hitting the corners.
Fouled away, back behind the plate. Count goes 2 balls and 1 strike. That's Ken Griffey down at second base for the Yankees. Yankees with 3 hits in this inning, and yet nothing across. 1 man out.
Just snake bit right now. It's one of the few times that Yogi would have Baylor running.
That's outside ball 3. So Dotson 1 pitch away from loading the bases, and perhaps 1 pitch away from a shower.
Well, Griffey and Pags are really looking at Gene Michael to see if he's got him running. It's tough with the left-hand batter up. Easy throw for the catcher on a strikeout.
3-1 pitch. Strike 2 call.
Look at Gene Michael looking into Yogi for the sign.
Dotson took a little bit off that one.
Yeah.
That's Griffey from second, Pags from first.
I was almost going to say they got to run on this pitch. Take the chance on the strikeout double play.
And they are running, and it's outside ball 4.
Right.
And the bases are loaded for the Yankees here in the top of the 7th. Pagliarulo moving down to second. Weiniger on at first. And Griffey at third.
That's the first walk given up by Dotson in the ball game. He was really trying to thread the needle.
And still no move from the White Sox dugout as Bobby Meacham will come to the plate. I think he's going to let him pitch to Meacham. And the reason I say that is that Bobby, well, I would make the change here. Bobby's hitting much better left-handed this season than right-handed. Burns comes in. Bobby's got to turn around.
It's true, except that he's more apt to hit a ground ball against Dotson than he would be against Burns.
That's strike 1 in the outside corner.
Boy, that had to just hit the black part of the plate there.
Black part of the plate?
Well, on the edge of home plate, there's a little black edge. You probably didn't have that when you played in high school and college.
And that one is outside. Missed the black edge of the plate that time. 1-1 the count to Bobby Meacham. The Yankees have loaded the bases here in the 7th. We're tied at 1-1. This one could be in trouble. It is dropped in left field by Rudy Law. 1 run is scored. As Griffey crosses the plate, Law made a good attempt at coming up with that ball and very nearly came up with it. And the Yankee runners had a hold, so the bases remain loaded on Meacham's looping single out in the left field. The dying quail, and the Yankees have a 2-1 lead.
We're going to look at it again, and he hits it off the end of the bat, and Law makes a great play here, but he jars the ball out of his glove as he hits the ground. He's got it. Now he hits the ground. Out it comes, and it's a base hit and an RBI, and the bases are still loaded.
And still only 1 man out as Griffey crosses the plate, and Dotson is yet to retire a batter in this inning. Baylor led it off with a single. Was thrown out stealing. His fist called for the pitch out. So here is Ricky Henderson. He is 0 for 3. Good play by Cruz at second base, retired him in the 1st. He popped to short, and then a good play by Scott Fletcher retired him in the 5th. Goes even, 1-1. One man away, bases loaded, 1 run in. Yankees have taken a 2-1 lead. Weiniger leading away from second, Meacham from first. Up high just a bit. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yankees with 8 base hits in the ball game. The White Sox with 4. And there's a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ricky Henderson. Bags at third, Weiniger at second, and over at first, it's Bobby Meacham. Count holds, 2-2. Henderson, since joining the Yankees, 3 for 25 now. Willie Randolph in the on-deck circle. Ricky had a productive day yesterday with 3 RBIs, including his first Yankee home run. 2-2 pitch, swung on and foul. Just got a piece of that one.
Ball hit Fisk right off the mask. That jars you, even though you got that mask on. You feel it.
Dotson blowing on his fingers on the mound. Considering the weather, umpires have given permission for that. That's fouled away. But I'd like to know, what is the difference if you blow on your hands while standing on the grass or blow on your hands while you're standing on the mound?
Ridiculous rule. Even going to your mouth with your fingers you can do on the grass, but and it's only 2 steps up to the mound. It's not going to dry off that quickly.
Bases loaded. A run in. Yanks lead 2-1. 2-2 pitch. Blast to right field. Baines will have a play. Tagging up and scoring on the play is Pagliarulos, who put another run on the board for the Yankees, who now lead it by a score of 3-1.
Well, you got to give Ricky credit. He hung in there, kept fouling pitches off. Baines does have a great arm. This one was a little off the target, and that's why Walker cut it off. We watch Baines make the catch, and Pags coming in from third base.
And the other runners hold. Meacham at first and Weiniger at second, so they're now first and second with 2 men away. And Willie Randolph, who's still looking for RBI number 1 this season. Willie 1 for 3 in the ball game. Single to right, fly to center, and bounce to the pitcher Dotson.
That is very unusual for Willie not to have an RBI. But at least the Yankees are getting that runner in from third with less than 2 out. That's something they had not been doing earlier. An appeal play, but he did not leave too early. Might as well try it. You got nothing to lose.
Yankees left 10 on yesterday, 14 on Friday night. Thus far in this ball game, 3 men left on base. That's ball 1 to Willie. Weiniger away from second. Try to curve it in, but it remained high and inside. Ball 2, 2-0. Randolph, the 7th man to come to the plate for the Yankees here in the 7th inning. The shortstop, Guillen, over to Cruz at second for the force out to retire the side, but not before the Yankees come up with 2 runs on 4 base hits. There were no Chicago errors, and through 6.5 innings, the Yankees lead it by a score of 3-1. We're now going to pause for station identification.
Yankee tradition, built with 22 world championships. Yankee history, written by legends like Ruth, Garrick, DiMaggio, Mantle. Yankee pride. It comes every time a man puts on Yankee pinstripes. And now Yankee excitement explodes every time the 1985 Yankees take the field. Winfield, Righetti, Guidry, Mattingly. New York Stars in Stripes are flying again. Call these numbers for ticket information and come on out.
All right, the Yankees with that 3-1 lead, and Joe Cowley, I had mentioned at the top of the show, Cowley told me, he said, look, he said, my folks down in Lexington, Kentucky, the bluegrass state, have a big dish, and they're going to be watching me on TV today. And he said, I'm going to, and I mentioned this, he said, I'm going to pitch one of my best games today. So far, he's not let them down.
Well, he has pitched very well, and this is second start of the season.
All right, we got an all-new giveaway coming up Sunday, May 5th, Citibank Yankee Umbrella Day. All fans attending the game will take home a free blue and white Yankee umbrella, compliments of Citibank, so don't miss it. Spencer?
Cowley's first start was against the Red Sox. He went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, 2 earned runs. And right here, Carlton Fisk, who was the author of the only run of this ball game for the White Sox, with a home run in the 2nd inning off Cowley. His 4th home run of the season. 3-1 ball game. Yankees out in front. Outside for a ball. Checking out the Yankee bullpen. I doubt if we'll see Dave Righetti today.
No, I doubt it very much.
After yesterday.
Maybe 1 hitter at the most. Rich Bordy, we can't count on.
Yes, he's got a sore right bicep. That's Fouled away, 1-1.
And kind of an unfortunate accident to Dale Berra. Got it in the first inning and didn't realize it. He got a possible broken finger.
Broken ring finger. Kind of similar to Scott Bradley that played at the plate last Sunday.
Yeah.
3 days later, he realized it was broken. Oh, that hit Carlton Fisk. He didn't move.
Didn't try too hard to get out of the way of that one. That's taking one for the team right there. Oh, that looked like a Don Baylor shot that he took.
Just turned his shoulder and said, hit me. And
Watch
he did.
this. Sure, he knows he's going to get hit. Didn't move one. If anything, he turned his shoulder more into it. Well,
so Fisk is on, and the tying run in the person of Oscar Gamble comes to the plate. Gamble followed Fisk's home run in the second with a one-bounce double off the right field wall and then took a called third strike. So he's 1 for 2. Always hits well against his former Yankee teammate.
yep.
That's ball 1, 1-0.
The only good news on the Dale Berra broken finger is that he'll be out only 4 to 5 days. He got in a splint. And actually, the ring finger is not nearly as important as the forefinger or the little finger.
Ooh. That one inside almost hit Gamble. Gamble had done a fist. The White Sox would have had first and second right here. He slithered out of the way of it. Slither.
We're going to Texas, and you know there are snakes down there. How do you use that expression?
They
really
snakes slither. I was in a shop yesterday. I almost bought you a gift. It was a beautiful porcelain frog.
You got to be kidding.
It was love. I thought you'd like it, but I figured Cora was going to get you something like that for your birthday or something. Know how you love frog.
I do.
Pitch is in for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 to Oscar Gamble. Nobody out. Bottom of the 7th. Yanks lead 3-1. And Carlton Fisk at first base. That's just outside for a ball, 3-1. Cowley walked the first batter in this ball game. There's Fisk down at first base. He has yet to walk anyone since. Strike 2, swinging. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Had a little mustard on that fastball because Oscar was guessing on it, got it, and swung right through it.
Cowley's got a good snap move to first base.
Yes, he does.
Fisk doesn't have great speed, but he is a good base runner. There's Bob Shirley down in the Yankee bullpen.
Oh, man, if Cowley had gotten that down a little lower, they'd have had him. Oh, that was a good move. Fisk trying to get a walking start. Watch this. They get him between steps, and it throws a little high, and Mattingly has to come down with it. If it were down, you see the daylight between Fisk and the bag if the throw had been down.
Fisk is running on the pitch, and it's fouled away. With the count 3-2 to Gamble, the White Sox sent Fisk. Going back to that pickoff throw, it was a little high, and he didn't zip it with the kind of mustard that he normally does.
Little things can help you win or lose ball games.
Count is 3-2 on Oscar Gamble, with Carlton Fisk leading away from first base. Popped up. Weiniger coming back. And it just hits up on the screen about 8 to 10 feet back. So the count holds 3-2.
Cowley has 2 different ways he delivers the ball to the plate. Sometimes he barely lifts the foot, and it's almost like a quick pitch. I'm kind of surprised he didn't use it that time, but he gave it the big, slow kick.
Joe's had his control, but in this inning he hits Fisk, and now Gamble at 3-2. Keeping Carlton close. Fisk is running. 3-2 pitch, fouled away again into the Yankee dugout. Well,
Yeah, he's going to say Gamble, if we go to that Dale Murray with
Dale Murray and Shirley.
Gamble swings at a lot of pitches that would be balls that way inside. He loves that pitch inside. Yeah, this time Fisk gets a good jump because Cowley lifted that leg high. But he is concerned about the bat. He doesn't want to walk him.
Walk here would put the tying run at first base. Fisk is running again, and this one lashed to right field. Winfield back, and it is out of here. Home run. We've got a tie ball game.
Well, Winfield did a great job decoying Fisk, but the ball carried over the fence. Dave knew it was over his head, hoping it would hit off the wall. He may believe he was going to catch it as the fireworks explode. And the Yankees are still snake bit.
Oscar Gamble's first home run of the season coming on a 3-2 pitch.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, man, he got it. You see Winfield make him believe he's going to catch it and then go to the wall, but it was over the wall.
So there is Oscar. And we've got a tie ball game once again at 3-3. Second home run given up by Joe Cowley in this ball game. Carlton Fisk at the first one in the second inning. And the White Sox are coming back again. Interesting thing, last year, Chicago, in the later innings of ball games, only came back to win twice in games that they were trailing in the seventh inning.
The year before that, they were doing it every time when they had that good year.
Strike one called now to Darrell Boston, who's 0 for 2. Bounced to Willie Randolph on both at-bats. Outside for a ball. The last year in games that they trailed going into the seventh inning, they were 2-68. Outside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Goes to 3-1. Check it. That one in there. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outside, ball 3. Cowley went to 3-2 on Gamble. He fouled off a couple, then hit one into the right field stands. 3-2 to Darrell Boston. Boston hits one deep, but this one holds up as Winfield comes in, and there's 1 man away.
The line drives are not affected at all by the wind, but you get it up in the air, and then it really is held up.
So 1 man out here on the bottom of the 7th. Big right-hander Bob James begins to loosen up in the White Sox bullpen. They had Britt Burns working earlier. Here's Julio Cruz. That's in for a strike. Cruz 0 for 2. Bounced to Cowley and line to Bobby Meacham. 1 ball, 1 strike. Strike 2, got the outside corner. Curveball swung on, tipped into the mitt of Butch Weiniger for the strikeout. Strikeout number 4 for Joe Cowley. Double check that. Strikeout number 5. So there are 2 men out, and the shortstop, Ozzie Guillen. Here's strike 1 call. Ozzie's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Came into this game with a 7-game hitting streak. Inside. La Russa had him batting leadoff at the beginning of the season, but he doesn't take many pitches. Bobby Meacham. And the side's retired on the pop-up, but not before the White Sox come up with 2 runs on the Oscar Gamble home run. 1 base hit. There were no Yankee errors and nobody left on. Through 7. We're tied again. The Yankees 3 and the White Sox 3. Moved out of the 8th inning, and the White Sox brought on Britt Burns to replace Richard Dotson, who went 7 innings. Gave up 8 base hits, walked 1, struck out 2, 3 runs, all of them earned. And Burns comes on for his 5th appearance of the season. He pitched against the Yankees opening day at the stadium in relief when only a third of an inning, did not give up a hit. Thus far, a record of 1 win, 2 losses. Has pitched a total of 21 innings, given up 22 hits, 9 runs, 8 of them earned. Struck out 12 and walked 7. He had a horrible year, in a word, horrible last season.
Oh, he
4 and 12.
And he's too good a pitcher. Because he did have problems.
Well, he started last year. He said he'd go down to the bullpen, which he did. They didn't use him much at the beginning of the year. Then he got back into the rotation, and he just really never got things going.
His control was really horrendous, and that used to be one of his main assets. When he and Trout were both with, they were 2 tough left-handers.
So the new pitcher in the ball game for the White Sox, the left-hander Britt Burns. We're tied at 3 and 3. Yankees coming up with 2 in the 7th to grab the lead. One of the runs scoring on a Bobby Meacham single, the other on a Ricky Henderson sacrifice fly. And here's Don Mattingly. Single to right, popped to third, and bounced to second. So he's 1 for 3. Britt Burns pitched every day for the White Sox. The games would last about 4 hours here. He works slowly. That's down low, ball 1, 1-0. This should be playable. Fletcher. And there's 1 man away. So Mattingly an easy out to lead it off for the Yankees here on the top of the 8th. And Dave Winfield comes to the plate.
Well, the Yankees got to adjust now, or readjust, because Dotson was not throwing hard out there, mostly breaking stuff, and Burns is a pretty hard ball thrower out there. I think that started a little early.
Winfield's 4 for 13 in this series with an RBI. Hitting now at .262. Had a lot of speed on that one. Up high for a ball. David 0 for 3, fly to center, bounced to second, and took a call third strike. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Took a little bit off that one, Scooter.
Yeah, well, but he came inside on the first one. That one he took a little off. Winfield way out in front.
1 ball, 1 strike to Dave Winfield. We're tied at 3. Hit it again. Carlton Fisk shaking it off. That ball was tipped off, I believe, his left leg. Yankees trying to salvage one game of this 3-game series before moving on to Texas. And we'll be with you on WPIX Tuesday and Wednesday nights. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swung on and missed, and the bat goes flying. So Winfield is struck out for a second time this afternoon, and Burns records his first of the ball game, and there are 2 men away.
When Dave is fooled on a pitch, that's what happens.
Infielders beware.
Yep.
Here's Don Baylor. Baylor got a pop fly single in the first inning, which drove home a run. It was in between home plate and third base, and Fletcher lost it in the sun. And then singled in the 7th, was thrown out stealing. As Carlton Fisk called for a pitch out, Yankees were playing hit and run, and Baylor was thrown out. Inside for a ball. And at this point, that is a very, very big run. Strike 1 call to Baylor.
Drew Coble a little late giving his strike and ball counts.
Baylor hits it deep left field, and it is a foul ball.
Unbelievable, isn't it? This is up and in. Baylor really gets around on it. Ooh. Britt Burns lost his cap on that one. Almost lost the lead, too, there.
Almost lost the ball game on that one. But he's ahead of Baylor now, 0-2. Cruz playing right near second base. Gets it over to Walker at first for the out. They played Baylor perfectly, but Cruz had to come back for the ball from a second base position. Nothing across for the Yankees in the top of the 8th. 7.5 complete now. Yanks and the White Sox still tied 3-3. The best way to enjoy a Yankee telecast is to have a copy of the 1985 New York Yankees Information Guide handy. This guide, the same handbook used by professional broadcasters, writers, scouts, and executives who cover the Yankees. Don Mattingly's on the cover. More than 150 pages of statistics, facts, records about the Yankees and each of their major league and farm club players. Copies of the 1985 New York Yankee Information Guide are available by mail by sending a check or money order for $6 to New York Yankees Information Guide, care of Director of Publications, Yankee Stadium, Bronx, New York, 10451. Information Guide, care of Director of Publications, Yankee Stadium, Bronx, New York, 10451. That's Shirley the lefty. And I believe that is Rich Bordy. A check at Dale Murray has gotten up once again. I don't think we're going to see Bordy today. He has that bicep problem.
Yeah, he's got it all wrapped.
Leading it off for the White Sox, this is Rudy Law. And strike 1. Law's 0 for 2, walked, fly to right, and took a called third strike. 0-2.
Let me give some quick scores here, Spence. Kansas City leading the Red Sox 5-2 at the end of 8.5. Baltimore coming back now. It's Cleveland 7, Baltimore 5 into 6.5.
Orioles beaten yesterday. Swung on, tipped right into the mitt of Butch Weiniger. Strike 3. Strikeout number 6 for Joe Cowley. 1 man out here in the 8th inning. Can't get over the way the Orioles lost that ball game yesterday.
We'll talk about that in a moment. I just want to give this score. Minnesota 7, Oakland nothing at the end of 6.5. And Mickey Hatcher has tied Tony Oliva's record for consecutive hits. He had 5 for 5 yesterday. He went 4 for 4 his first 4 times up today. 9 straight hits.
Twins are on a roll. Here's Scott Fletcher. Minnesota's won 7 in a row after they lost 7 in a row.
Yeah, right.
Pretty good ball club.
Oh, yeah, they're tough in that Homer Dome.
The homer dome.
Tigers lead Milwaukee 5-0 into 7½.
Fouled away. Cowley is ahead of Fletcher 0-2. Fletcher has struck out twice and bounced into a double play. Yesterday he started off the ball game by striking out twice and then came up with 4 consecutive base hits. Right field, Dave Winfield. And there are 2 men away.
Some more quick scores. Toronto leads Texas 4-1 at the end of 6. California, Seattle later on. In the National League, they're in the 11th inning. The Pirates and the Mets all tied up 4 apiece. The Phillies beat the Cubs again 3-2. Montreal 2, Cardinals 1-1. San Diego 0, LA 0 3. Cincinnati 0, San Francisco 0 2½. Atlanta at Houston later on.
Right here, we're in the bottom half of the 8th inning. We're tied at 3-3, and Harold Baines, who won the ball game Friday night with a 3-run home run, fouls this one away. Baines 2 for 3 in the ball game, bounced to second, got an infield hit, and then singled to center. He's the key to the Chicago ball club.
Oh, he really is. I tell you, they keep pitching him outside, and he keeps looking for that ball outside.
This one inside corner, strike 2.
That's what they got to do once in a while. He's just leaning out there looking for that ball away.
And he has the power to stroke it into that left field pavilion.
Well, we know, right?
He led the American League in slugging percentage last year, .541. Oh, 2 pitch coming.
Oh, did you see Cowley and Weiniger start for the dugout?
Just a wee bit outside.
Hate to give this guy an extra strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th. Count goes even, 2-2. Cowley has walked 1 man. That was the leadoff batter in the game, Rudy Law, but he also hit a batter. That was Carlton Fisk, and Oscar Gamble followed with a home run in the 7th inning to tie this ball game at 3. Left field again. Griffey, long run. It's a foul ball. Well, went to the opposite field again.
Yeah, he just looks for that ball away now. It's been the Yankees' pattern of pitching to him in this series.
And if you pitch him inside, he can get around on that ball.
Oh, yeah. No,
Really
he's
well.
a good ball. He's got plenty of power, but if you keep pitching him outside, he keeps looking for it. They've done a good job on Greg Walker in this series because he's got a lot of power.
Joe Cowley's longest stint of the season. 2 men out here in the 8th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Harold Baines. Left center field. Long run. Ricky Henderson. Side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for Joe Cowley. And through 7½, here at Comiskey Park in Chicago, we're still tied. The Yankees 3 and the Red Sox 3.
Participating advertisers in New York Yankee baseball are Toyota, who reminds you to buckle up and use child safety seats. It's a good feeling. Bud Light, the less filling light beer with the first name and taste. Citibank, when you bank at Citibank, it's your city. Your tri-state Dodge dealers, who invite you to test drive Poetry in Motion, the 1985 Dodge Lancer, and buy the New York Yankees.
So here we go now to the 9th inning at Comiskey Park. The Yankees and the White Sox are all even at 3-3. Britt Burns on a relief of the starter, Richard Dotson. Yankees took a 3-1 lead in the top of the 7th. Baylor singled, then was thrown out stealing. But there were singles by Griffey, Pagliarulo, a walk to Weiniger, an RBI single by Meacham, and a sacrifice fly by Henderson. Griffey leads it off for the Yanks here in the ninth. White Sox tied it on a 2-run homer by Oscar Gamble in the bottom of the 7th. Easy play for Julio Cruz. And there's one man away. So Griffey now 1 for 4 in the ball game. And Big Bob James continues to heat up down in the White Sox bullpen. Hadn't taken a haircut since Friday night. Mike Pagliarulo. 1 for 3, fly to left, fly to center, and then single to center. Ball 1 outside.
Normally you'd see Dale Berra up there pinch hitting for Pags against the left-hand pitcher, but as Spencer mentioned, Dale has a broken finger, a ring finger.
On the right hand. Hopefully we'll be back in 4 or 5 days. Checked the swing and fouled it away. Pitch was inside. 1-1.
White Sox pitchers all have worked inside against Yankee hitters.
'26-year-old Britt Burns stands 6'5". That's ball 2. 2-1. Burns came on in the 8th. Got the Yankees 1, 2, 3. So he's retired 4 straight. A little late on the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Has such an easy motion, and the ball's right on top of you.
He is fast. They say he was faster, though, before he came up with a shoulder injury about 3 years ago. This one fouled away. Count even at 2-2. One man out for the Yankees. We're in the 9th inning. We're tied at 3-3. And Bags takes the pitch in for strike 3 call. Second strikeout for Burns. And there are 2 men out. Good pitch.
Yeah, let's look at this one. Oh, perfect pitch. Pags thought it was a little high, I believe, but it was below the letters.
So there are 2 men away, and Butch Weiniger coming to the plate. Butch is 1 for 2, bounced to second, single to center, and walked. It's the 4th time he's walked in the series this weekend. Change up high, ball 1. This one will go out of play. See, Burns is working quickly, Phil. When he works quickly, he has his control.
Yes. I think any pitcher that works quickly has got a better chance of keeping their control, the rhythm.
Of course, the combination of Burns and Carlton Fisk behind the plate. Carlton could slow up the ball.
Oh, he really does. He is giving the signals a lot quicker today than normal.
1-1, outside, ball 2. Bobby Meacham's on deck. Yeah, Lou Piniella. Is that Lou?
Where? Oh, sure. He's got a bat. He's showing somebody what they're doing wrong.
Yeah, Lou Piniella. The master with the bat. Papers come flying out of the stands here. Burns puts this one in his pocket. What Catfish used to say when he roomed with Lou, get up at 3 in the morning, see Lou standing in front of a mirror swinging a bat.
Yep.
Two on 1 pitch, right field. Harold Baines. Side White is retired. 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the 9th inning. So it'll be up to Joe Cowley to try and stop the White Sox in the bottom of the half of the 9th, because through 8.5 innings, we're tied. The Yankees 3 and the White Sox 3. Bottom half of the 9th inning. Ball game is tied at 3-3. 3 runs, 8 hits for the Yankees. 3 runs, 5 hits for the White Sox. Tony La Russa's ball club coming back to tie this one in the 7th inning, and a 2-run homer by Oscar Gamble, who will get to bat this inning. So will Carlton Fisk, who homered earlier against Cowley for the first run. This is Greg Walker. 0 for 3, 2 for 12 in this series. And a leadoff single to right field. White Sox have the winning run on one pitch. Walker's first base hit of the ball game.
Now this is tough because Fisk not only hit the home run, but he's an excellent bunter, an excellent hit and run man. And Tony La Russa's got a lot of options. And they're on the phone to the bullpen. Let's see what happens here.
Cowley will have to pitch to Carlton Fisk, who homered to left his first time up, bounced out his second, and then was hit by a pitch to lead off the 7th inning, and Oscar Gamble followed with a home run that tied this ball game at 3. Good bunt by Carlton Fisk. Pagliarulo makes the play to Mattingly, and there's 1 man away.
He is an excellent bunter, and Pags had ideas of letting that roll, thinking it might go far, but it was a little too close for comfort. He puts it right down the line on this bunt. Beautiful bunt. Gave himself up, and then Pags almost, but I said, I better pick it up and throw him out.
How's his form in that?
That's beautiful. That's what you call sacrificing a time at bat to advance a runner. He didn't try to move until he had bunted the ball.
Well, he did the job because the White Sox have the winning run down at second. Greg Walker and Oscar Gamble will be walked intentionally. So Gamble, who doubled and homered, not getting another opportunity here against his former Yankee teammates. Yankees will walk him and set up the potential double play.
Thing is, if Yogi changes pitches now, brings the left-hander in, Tony La Russa's got some good right-handed batters up there, so I don't think Yogi will change Cowley right now. I think the right-handers he's got on the bench are more dangerous than the left-handers coming up.
That's the second walk issued by Cowley. That one, of course, intentional. And the left-handed hitting Darrell Boston comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. Bounced to second twice and fly to right. Gamble is on at first. He is not important. Greg Walker down at second is.
Looks like they're going to have a runner. Isn't that a come down? Ron Kittle pinch running for Gamble.
Well, Kittle injured his shoulder banging to the wall last weekend. He says he can still swing the bat, but we haven't seen him this weekend. Those are one of the right-handed hitters you were talking about that could hit the ball.
Yep. And Pachorik is the guy I didn't want to see come up here.
Kittle did get up yesterday. This one, center field. Ricky Henderson. And there are 2 men away. Joe Cowley trying to pitch out of a jam. Walker, the winning run down at second base.
Now they're going to pinch hit for Julio Cruz. probably put him on and pitch to Gijan.
Well, Hairston's tough.
Yep.
Led the American League in pinch hits last year with 18. And Mark Connor, the Yankee pitching coach, is out to talk to Joe Cowley. They may just do that. Connor now making his way back.
The reason I say that, they walk Hairston, because then they can play the infield very shallow with Gijan up there, because he doesn't have the power. He's a line drive type hitter, but Hairston's got pretty good power.
So Jerry Hairston makes his way to the plate with an opportunity to win this ball game for the White Sox. He's been up 9 times this year with 2 base hits. Batting lefty, he is 1 for 6.
Boy, you better keep that hat on.
Showing his age.
Goes through all that preparation, putting pine tar on the bat, swinging the bat, loosening up.
And they're going to walk him, huh?
Yeah, I would think so. Nope, they're going to pitch to him. All right.
Two men out. Walker down at second. Down low, ball 1. But they're going to pitch to him very carefully. Walker at second. Ron Kittle pinch running at first. Ball 2, 2-0. There's a strike. Working on the outside against Hairston. Luis Salazar with a bat in his hand. He just may be called on to pinch hit for Ozzie Gijan. And that's into the upper deck, foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jerry Hairston pinch hitting for Julio Cruz here in the 9th inning. 3-3 ball game. Walker down at second, representing the winning run. Kittle away from first. The 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. The count goes full. The runners will be going. The 3-2 pitch. The runners go. It's outside. Ball 4. The bases are loaded. And the winning run moves down to third base as Hairston makes his way to first.
Yeah, they were very careful with Hairston. They're well outside of the strike zone.
Count went to 3-2.
Looks like we're going to have another runner for Hairston now.
Tim Hewlett, who came into the ball game yesterday, goes down to first to run for Hairston. But he again is unimportant. Hewlett is unimportant at first. Kittle is unimportant at second. Walker at third is important. And Ozzie Gijan is the most important man now for Joe Cowley. With 2 outs, bases loaded, shortens up the bunt and takes up high.
He's trying to work his way on with a walk here. Cowley having walked Hairston.
Walker from third, Kittle from second, Hewlett from first. 1-0 pitch. That's up high, ball 2.
He's trying to distract Joe Cowley by moving around in the batter's box.
Two men are out. 3-3 ball game. Walker from third. The 2-0 pitch. Inside, ball 3.
Unbelievable. You mentioned Spencer had walked only one man, the leadoff man, Rudy Law. Didn't walk anybody till he gave an intentional walk to Kittle.
And then he walked.
Rather, Oscar Gamble.
3-0 pitch. Down low, the ball game is over.
Oh, man, what a way. We found ways to lose games, but this is the worst.
Ozzie Guillen walks on 4 straight pitches to drive home the winning run. And the White Sox have swept the series from the Yankees, winning the finale by a score of 4-3. And a look of frustration on Yogi Berra's face. And we'll be right back with a final wrap-up right after this. Back here at Comiskey Park in Chicago, Joe Cowley walked the ball game's first batter. That didn't hurt him. But he walked the ball game's last batter. That was Ozzie Guillen on 4 straight pitches with the bases loaded. The White Sox win the ball game in the 9th inning 4-3 after tying it in the 7th and a 2-run homer by Oscar Gamble. Greg Walker's single to open up the 9th was sacrificed to second. An intentional walk made it first and second. And after the Darrell Boston was retired, Hairston was walked. And that loaded the bases. Guillen came up, faked the bunt twice, distracted Cowley, and Cowley walked him on 4 straight pitches. The line score for the White Sox, 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. For the Yankees, 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Britt Burns in relief wins it. Joe Cowley loses. He is 0-1. So that does it from Comiskey Park in Chicago, Illinois. Remember to tune in this Tuesday evening at 8:30 p.m. when the Yankees take on the Texas Rangers. For Phil Rizzuto and Bill White, Spencer Ross saying so long from Chicago, right here along the Yankee Baseball Network.